Good evening, everyone. We are starting either on time or maybe just a moment early for once. I have my guest on tonight, Skinny Queen Reacts, or Sarah Jane of Skinny Queen Reacts, I should say. I am
Hello.
Dr. Phil, Dinner with the Doctor. Oh, sorry. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Skinny Queen.
Oh, I'm just saying hello, everybody. Welcome.
Absolutely. We are going to get to it a little quickly because I was going to cover Chantal's recent mukbang, but she's banging out on these YouTube streets live. So I think we should go see what's up. Oh, we already got someone in the chat. Grateful Life. Welcome in, Grateful Life. Glad to have you today.
Welcome, welcome.
And let's get going here with what Foodie's got to say.
Like completely
I'm going to
being
put it on the live. There we go.
She needs to worry about her own matted, greasy, dry side pony. Yeah. And more proof she's with FFG.
Hey,
Because
Rosalind.
whenever people were saying, when that one picture of her on the gray couch, that's her couch from the Motel 6. That's
Hello, Rosalind.
FFG's couch, because everyone was saying, that
Let me
couch
turn
looks
down
familiar.
Foodie just
Yeah,
a
she
little so we
streamed
can
on it
talk
before.
over
She
her and
streamed
still
from
hear
it
her.
before, so she's with FFG.
the
Yeah,
balance a
she
little.
is. And the cat cried in her video. I don't know how much more proof you need. Like, people are brain dead, babe. Wallah, I swear.
I feel like FFG smells like salted cheese from 1923.
I feel like you're talking about your wife's fupa, Salah.
And cigarette butts. When I met her, she smelled like cigarette butts and cheap Tide.
She's so disgusting and ugly.
Yeah, she's gross. She's a black soul.
Again.
doing his best
will
wingman
pay
impression.
for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or yes,
She needs
man.
to get out and live
I don't know.
life. Exactly.
Wingman
I
for
mean,
Chantal.
I've moved to
Little
another
bit of both.
country to marry my soulmate. Was it easy
Some wings
to be
and
home
some
with cats?
yeses.
Heck no.
Hi,
I
Natsuki.
still, like, I'm getting Sam back
Hey,
Sunday.
Natsuki.
Somebody's fostering him for me. That worked out okay.
Oh, that's a cute little photo there.
BBJ, honestly, I think it would have been probably better for her to be put down because nobody knows what condition she's in now. And secondly, she has so many health issues and she's very old. Like, she was very sick. I lived with her for 19 years. She's not the same spry BBJ that she always was. Her health was declining. I could tell, you know.
Ooh, Rudy Iraheda with
Yeah,
autism. Welcome in, Rudy. Sarah Jane,
Yeah,
did you say
exactly.
357?
Yeah, your chat.
357.
By the way, guys,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
she was crying. Mike.
I could hear you
Exactly.
just
that
fine.
broke my heart. I could tell
Okay.
her cry was like she wanted attention or something. Can you picture FFG giving her attention? No, she doesn't even like cats. She'd do more
Yeah,
harm.
I
than
really
bells
wish
and
Foodie would just
practically
drop
boil
this whole
flavor
cat
water.
thing. This is
So do
something
I.
that
Exactly, Black Stallion. It's true. Yeah, there's no you blow.
As
out
much
the-
as I
the-
wanna
the-
just focus on the
vapor from
health,
the shisha. There's no
I,
residue
this
in
this
the air,
this
like
takes me
none.
away
And
from
there's a
that,
lot
and I
of
have to
vents, so.
see Foodie for all of her negativity.
Yeah.
She has nothing else, Dr. Phil. Nothing else.
And the majority of the time,
And the house is very big. It's not Motel 6.
Lying
No,
about
the house
Sam.
is
I
very
didn't
big.
hear
She
what
has
you
a lot
said
of
about
place
Sam.
here.
Is something new?
and she has her spots she sleeps in. Whenever we smoke shisha in the room together, we shut the door, and she just sleeps in her carpet.
So
or
she
in her
shuts the
corner,
door when she smokes the
and then we
shisha.
open
Now
the door
that's,
after.
I mean, I guess that's good. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, Mike,
I
exactly.
mean,
Yeah,
I think it's a
but
street
it's
cat.
not, because when you are blowing tons of shisha smoke around, which she
Thanks for
smokes
moderating, guys.
continuously, it's creeping under the door. I'm pretty sure it is. This
Does she
woman
have
smokes
tobacco?
and smokes and
You don't think
smokes.
she's chain smoking? She sounds like she's
And
one cig
shisha,
away
Dr.
from
Phil, if
emphysema.
I can say, is way more potent than cigarettes.
Yeah, it's like BBJ called out FFG's lies.
She,
She said today.
she is one of those air
I don't
purifier
expect the zombies to
devices
give
would
a
be good
crap
to
about
have if
BBJ,
she
they
likes to
don't.
smoke. I think that would
They
be a
just
good
care
way
about
to
trying to hurt me. And trust me,
kind of
I'll
compromise,
always
and
be
that way
fine.
she could still
No matter
smoke,
what
and
you
that way
say or
keep the
do to
air
me,
clean.
I move on.
How about open a
I get
window,
it.
Chantal?
But there's legal limits to what
You got
Oh
like
yeah, that too. I mean,
you
I
got
thought
like
she was
8
already
of them
doing
behind you. You
that.
got 8 of them
She
behind
put 2
her.
dogs
So
down but saved
I thought she
BBJ.
already had the windows
Delusions.
open. I didn't
Oh my
realize she's
God, I
smoking
wish
the
I
whole
could
time
pin
with the
that.
windows
The
closed.
hypocrisy.
yeah,
That's not good.
Exactly.
I thought she had the
put 2
windows
dogs
open.
down,
All right.
and she saved
Okay,
BBJ,
let me
an
take
elderly
back my. I'm
dying cat.
going to rephrase it. Then I am going to be a little critical. You shouldn't be smoking the shisha with the windows closed. I mean, that's
Yeah, sure,
tobacco
Puffy
smoke.
Chick.
That's
I
not.
just showed her earlier.
That's not good to have.
Yeah,
That's
she
hard,
chain smokes. She does.
I mean, that's a lot of smoke to have indoors.
she's talking about she probably
Oh my
chain
God,
smokes
ew.
while you're chain smoking shisha, girl. I
I
mean,
thought
you
Chantal quit the shisha. What happened to the? I thought I hadn't seen her smoke a shisha in how long? We hadn't seen her smoke one.
Dr. Phil, Chantal is not a quitter. She's just not a quitter. That's the one positive thing I can say about her. She's just not a quitter.
It's GTA
Ooh,
6
Grateful
or
Life
5?
with a good insight right here. Yeah, she said that
No way.
Yeah.
Foodie was just talking to
we're
Julia,
gonna hang out,
aka
so I'll
Nova.
live stream to play
Mhm.
GTA.
So can't be that far
I
away.
might play once in a while, but tonight
Right.
I'm too tired.
Yeah.
Oh, lying about fostering Sam until she can get him.
Yeah.
Huh.
Rockstar.
I don't know about that. That's interesting. I don't think Foodie has any real plans to get Sam.
The
I
cab
don't.
driver's
What about you?
armpits.
No, I think she's just talking to like irritate people and cause false outrage
Warning.
because she
It's like
she is a false outrage
Sometimes it
person.
randomly breaks out in the Dabka. I love it.
I
Or
got
that's
you.
the wrong
watching
that's the
Dabka
wrong
videos, so I
term.
love
Not
the
false
Dabka.
outrage. She's trying to
It's so
cause
cool.
real outrage, as a matter of fact.
Syria
With
is a really
people.
cool country, actually, really nice, and it's
That was
the
the
coolest
wrong
country in the
thing.
world.
Sometimes I say the wrong term. She's trying to cause
Oh, 6 isn't out
outrage
yet,
in
apparently.
people, but what
GTA
she's
6 is
saying
not
is
out yet.
false, is what I mean.
GTA 6 or V.
Oh, that's 5. V is 5.
She likes to
Let me pause
create
this so you
like,
can talk, so we can hear you properly here.
okay, Foodie likes to play with people's emotions on the internet, which I think is sick. And she
Yeah, I
will
hate that about
say,
her.
yes, she will say whatever she thinks will stick to upset people.
Out of all of her behaviors,
She used
that's
her
one of the
cats all
ones
the time as emotional.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah, go ahead.
Out of all her behaviors, that's probably the one that really bugs me. The way that she's just so quick to do some, play around with this cat because she knows that a lot of her former viewers at this point, not really even her viewers, or former viewers, are real animal lovers, in particular cat lovers. So she's doing all this just to jerk them around. It's not because
Oh, yeah.
any other reason, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she just knows that that's something that she can use to bother people, and she's going at it, which is very cruel.
You know what, Grateful Life?
6
She's
is
a
number
lie.
1.
This girl can't even wipe her own
It's
ass.
GTA 5.
Oh
So it will
wow!
be out soon. It's not out yet, so that
She's
is
really
the latest
claiming
one
that.
still.
She must have said that earlier in the stream because that's a wild claim.
Symbols, right?
I don't.
Roman numerals.
I would love to see her try doing that. Grateful Life.
What happened to it then?
I would
Deez?
love
What
to see
happened her
that.
second
Rosalind
dog?
doesn't think that she's really gonna go pick up Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Syria has so much history. Yeah.
She's just
Hey, bee.
smoking that
You don't
nonstop.
like the bees?
Now the question is, does anybody think that she maybe cut
so
down
what
on the
tariff-
shisha for a period?
Yes.
No.
Syria has so much history.
Yes.
No.
I actually don't. For a second, I was going to give her the benefit
Even if
of the
I-
doubt. I'll pause it. I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt for a second because she went on that whole health kick, and I didn't think it was going to last very long, but it really crashed out spectacularly. But even so, I thought that Chantal was like, oh, I'm going to quit the shisha, and she made a point to not smoke shisha in any of her vids or even talk about it, which made me think that she was at least trying to cut down. But this is the first live I've seen her do in a long time, and she's puffing nonstop. She can't even stop long enough to do the live.
I have breaking news coming in for you, Dr. Phil.
Oh, okay.
Foodie Beauty never went on that health kick at all.
Total fraud.
She didn't make it, not even 12 hours. So there's that. Yeah.
Well, she never made the real diet, but she at least stopped eating the family-sized meals. She at least went down to large, very large, but still individual-sized meals.
She just wasn't eating them on camera.
Ah, that's the elephant in the room, I guess, or the cat in the hijab.
Yes.
Let me put back Foodie. Let's stay up to date.
If I took BBJ to a vet, which I was doing, and the vet said, yeah, it probably would be in her best interest to put her down, heck yeah, I would. You're gonna villainize me when she put her dog
But the
down?
vets aren't saying that,
Really?
Foodie. Where are all these vets saying that? And
They're
don't you want
not.
to get a second opinion if that's what the vet said?
You can get tobacco-free shisha?
She's just so
My shisha, what you think, eh?
She's like on a mission to put this cat
It
down
helps my nerves
out of
when I'm
spite.
live.
Oh, she's handed the shisha off to Salah. I think she's just going though to get the
Am I still
sweet
on the
drink.
floor? No. That
I,
hurts my
you know,
back. Every
this
time I sit on
bothers
the
me.
floor for
In
some
now, it
reason,
doesn't bother me personally, but it bothers me
it hurts my
psychologically.
back.
Because
When
I,
I do
let me
mukbang,
pause this. Not
sounds like
that I believe Chantal was really doing better, but I believe that she was at least trying to do better. And for her to just crash out so phenomenally and immediately start attacking FFG and go right back to everything, blowing on that shisha, overeating junk food, talking smack about reactors, it's like she never quit at all. She just stopped uploading for a couple days, and she never actually quit at all.
Yes, and in Dr. Phil's defense, for anybody listening or coming in or listening to the playback, Dr. Phil is newer to the foodieverse, so he hasn't been around for years like most of us, listening to the same crap over and over again. So he still has a slight bit of hope of her change, and so we can't fault him for that. But yeah, I
I do have a slight
wanted
bit
to
of
stick
hope,
up.
unfortunately.
Yeah. I
It's-
just wanted to stick up for you because I know you're newer to the mix.
I
So
appreciate you saying that, but I will say Chantel's doing a good job trying to squeeze that hope out of me. She's
yeah,
doing her best.
abuse and neglect to have them
It's gonna take more than that, Chantel, to squeeze out my last bit of hope.
randomly at such a young, interesting. Yeah. I
right.
mean,
Grateful Life. She is.
anyways,
Chantal is.
she made fun of
Has
Sal's
fallen
ex
off the
husband for
tree,
planting
and
food
she's
seeds and
hitting all the
helping her
nasty
boyfriend Mr.
branches on the way down.
Right, Elizabeth?
Hi,
She's
Rose.
just a nasty woman. She is.
Childbearing can't.
Disgusting how she talks.
Okay, she said this.
She's just-
Okay, now let's see this here, Rosalind. She stated in this stream that as well. As much as I have hope for Chantel, she is clearly BSing if she said that in this stream, because her last two videoed meals were her just overeating massively. So it's just, if she's eating, what's she eating off camera? If she's videotaping that means she doesn't even have a healthy meal to videotape herself eating. She probably doesn't have enough money to buy a healthy meal to eat for the camera and junk food to eat for herself. So she just like, screw it, I can only afford one of these, so I'm just gonna get the one I really want and not pretend.
And not that I feel bad for Salah, because I do not. But can you imagine him telling her, "Yeah, let's not get fast food tonight, honey." He has to deal with this. This is the woman well, it's his own damn fault, but still, can you imagine? I want to be a fly on the wall when he tells her, Chantal, you need to do better food wise. That girl is coming for his head.
Or even if he just says, "Hey Chantel, maybe we could just get the one meal from KFC tonight, save a few dollars."
I don't think it's so much as being in love with her, Rose, as in love with the situation. He likes that he's now living seaside and he's got his own room.
He has to share it with Harry.
But he's still got his own room. I think he likes the situation. He's got a woman paying the bills. He's in love with the situation, not the woman. Not the woman itself, but the situation. He's got it made. He's got an easy lifestyle. He can do what he wants. He can leave when he wants, as long as he brings her the food that she wants.
I think you're correct about that. And then this chat is just dead on. Yeah, Rose, I always have a little hope in me just because I'm a hopeful person. And I'm chewing on a piece of bread with some ham. That's my little snack I'm chewing on. You caught me.
That's not a bad snack.
No, it's not a bad snack. It's just that's why my words sound a little funny. My mouth sounds full.
That's okay.
But Salah, I think, is in love with the situation, and I think he's in league with her rather than in love with her. Kind of in cahoots.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me go ahead and share out this live too, real quick. If I get kicked out, I'll come back up.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And shout out to Rally Point, who was possibly gonna be on panel tonight, but she does have a life outside of just hanging out with us.
Built like an orangutan.
And she called me fat at the end. She has the nerve.
Yeah. Anyway.
You have the nerve too, Salah. For real, you have a lot
I'm
of
not gonna
nerve.
talk about it forever, but I wasn't gonna tell people that I was going.
You really
making
think
the
she's been
trip,
getting
but
them
I'm
for free
going to
Grateful
at
Life?
some point. soon enough.
Maybe.
What, Stan? What, Stan?
I think that Chantal has gotten some free seats. I think she's squeezed a few free seats out of the airline. But I do think that at some point, she's just taken multiple trips at this point, multiple round trips. And when I say round, I'm not being sarcastic, even though that came out terrible. She's taken multiple trips. And so I'm just saying that she knows, they know her by now. They know the large Canadian woman who comes to Kuwait. There's probably not very many of them. So they know who she is, and they're onto her tricks. So if she's gotten some free seats, I don't think she's going to get away with it much longer. Skinny, do you want to add to that, or should I just go back to the show? All right,
She was
keep
taking a
going.
life reaction to someone she doesn't know, and the other. They're all weirdos, like reacting to what me sitting down and eating. Like, did you ever hear that loser?
Yes. We're not weirdos. It's reality. Chantal, why do you make content that you don't think any normal or intelligent person would want to watch? Answer that to me, Chantal. If you think your content is so vapid that nobody could possibly want to watch it, why do you even put it online?
Well, you see, as you see here, does she really have back problems if she's sitting down and getting up? Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, you do,
disabled.
bitch.
My back
Yeah, you do.
hurts. Like, I can still get up and down, you know. Oh,
Yeah, you were lying about it, though. You don't have.
Find new content.
You were lying about.
Mine is so bad. Do your own. Do your own and see what happens.
She was lying about that, Dr. Phil. She did not have a back injury. Somebody that has a back injury isn't going to keep getting up and down on the floor, talking about, I got up 5 times, 4 times, whatever. Girl, if your back is hurting that bad, you're not getting on the floor, especially at your weight.
That is such a great point. A back injury is anybody who doesn't have any kind of back injuries. You're blessed. but if you don't, let me just let you know, it's the kind of injury that really impairs your mobility a lot.
Yeah.
Because your back supports your body weight in so many different positions. When you move, when you get up, when you sit down, sitting for long periods, and when you're that overweight, that obese, morbidly obese, your back's probably going to hurt on a good day. Even if you don't have an injury, your back's probably going to hurt. So,
and out of shape too, Dr. Phil, because when you have no core muscles that support your back, it's going to hurt more.
That's a good point. Yeah, Sherry, you're right. I gotta pause it more when I'm talking. It's just I'm trying to catch the live and not slow it down, but I gotta get the pace better. So we're gonna try. Yeah, so I'm gonna be quiet and let it run a little bit so we don't get too far behind.
It's a challenge. I'm challenging all the pathetic reaction channels to do their own content for a whole month. See how that goes. Yeah, Howie.
So, is she the one who said that she will never cover Kuwait Arc?
Oh yeah, our very first vlog. She's like, no, I'm not gonna cover Kuwait. It's too boring.
Too boring.
You're
yeah.
gonna cover every little thing I do because nobody gives a crap about you. All of those 4,000 people are only watching you because they hate me. That's the only reason.
So Chantal, then logically, my question is, why do you continue to make that audience larger by making more people hate you?
Right.
All right, whatever. Just want to throw that out there.
Only reason.
She think like she's important or someone like
Shrink. If you really want to shrink FFG's audience, be really likable, and people will feel bad for you at some point.
who has value or something.
No
She's-
personality.
She's trash.
She is, yeah.
Really, I can't tell.
Oh yeah.
Hello,
It's easy to
Jamie.
see.
Hello, Spooky
They will drag
News.
a 30-minute video and stretch it for 3 hours. Like how? Even
Let me properly welcome everyone in. Jamie, Spooky Muse, welcome in. Chase Levitz, welcome in. Detective Cochese, welcome in. And welcome in to any lurkers, anyone who's I missed by chance, and anyone who, and just everyone, welcome in.
her bestie Shannon called her Miss Potato Head all the time, made fun of her all the time, and now they team up because
Calls her Miss Potato Head. Doesn't Salah call you Potato Face, just like jokingly?
Who, me or Salah?
No, Salah said she said that Shannon called FFG Miss Potato Head, And I'm saying, but doesn't Salal call Foodie potato face?
Yeah.
I guess if it's not so bad, it's not so bad, right?
Also moon face too. He calls her moon face and potato face.
At least he doesn't call her Scream Mask.
Not
My
yet.
friend. Well, no wonder.
They like horror movies.
What kind of former best friend makes a reaction channel about you, calls you the C word, and fat and all this and that? Like, no. I'm sorry. I'm
I'll
not gonna
tell
be
you
friends with
what.
someone like-
Can
I
you
don't
pause
care
it
if
a
you're
minute, Dr.
Absolutely,
Phil?
absolutely.
A former best friend who you came online talking about her children, talking about her being in the mental hospital because she was feeling very vulnerable at one stage. That's what kind of former friend does that, Chantal, because you're an evil, vile person. That's why. Thank you.
And I am going to put the link to Chantal's vid stream just in case anybody wants to see the original for some reason. I'm not advertising it, but it's only fair. If you do want to see it, I want to provide that option.
means nothing. The minute you show you treat me like that, it's over. It's over.
A bunch of losers.
Your mama's stream. What in God's name is up with the 3-day Foodie beauty strikes? Oh my gosh, Black Zillion. Oh yeah, I always find out about that late. Apparently they do blackouts because they don't like me, but they
See, she doesn't like the blackouts, but then she just challenged people to not cover her for a month. Chantal keeps
Yes.
going back and forth about how, stop watching my content. Why do you, what kind of boring people would even watch my channel anyway? Stop watching my channel. And then she does nothing but clickbaits to get people to watch it. What is this if not clickbait? What is the whole bringing back up the whole tragedy with her cat at this point? What is the point of bringing that all back up if not to clickbait through outrage? Yes, Detective Cochese. That is my profile pic. That's what I used for my audio interface, and it was convenient before I decided to put my face online, and I've just chose not to change it yet.
Let's see. When was this video made? Oh, she's live right now. She's
This is
live
live,
right
Sherry.
now. Yes. We are sniping, girl.
Grateful life. You are so right, Skinny.
Oh, thank you, Grateful Life.
And for anyone asking earlier, Detective Cochise asked, my profile pic was a Scarlett Focusrite. Yes, that is. That's an audio interface, just to repeat that for anyone who didn't hear me.
Okay.
Yeah, it allows me to record audio directly, and it allows me to record audio into the computer without going into a long explanation. It lets me record, it gives me better options for recording. Let's just say it like that.
Nice.
They can't like you're gonna block me out when I'm your job, I'm your content. I love people who too like she's demonetized. Do you know what, like, you're gonna celebrate that? Like, I seen booze and celebrating that I possibly am demonetized. And if I stop making content, what are you gonna do for your
I don't celebrate that. That's something I think is separate. I think that if people want to watch your content, I mean, you should be compensated for it. That's it. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Beezers, if they want to watch you, they should be allowed to. But that's it.
your channel?
I don't think anybody
You're
owes you
another
anything beyond
obsessed
that.
channel. Your channel's all about me, nothing else.
People who want to
So what
watch
are you gonna do?
Chantal, don't watch here. Go watch Chantal if you'd rather give her the view.
Well, let me say something real quick.
Who took it from the
Yes.
zombie
Oh, sorry.
on-
Yes.
She does absolutely get upset though when people try to cover something else. And let me say this, every time like people have like titles and they're about to cover something else, she like makes some kind of clickbait title and comes on with some nonsense. She absolutely hates when people cover other people. She wants to be covered.
Chantal enjoys this. It's a symbiotic relationship, maybe. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it or not. I have to think about it more. But there's definitely an element of Chantal benefiting from the reaction channels. It's not a one-way street. A lot of people, if Chantal did benefit from reaction channels, she wouldn't keep baiting the reaction channels. She wouldn't keep talking about it because their reaction channels do have periods of time where they say, okay, we're not going to cover Chantal for one reason or another. And then Chantal figures out whatever, runs through a list of things, like you said, Skinny, starts posting clickbaity titles, everything she can to get their attention again. So it is what it is. And Sherry, that's fair. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's one thing I also want to say too. If everybody here is allowed to disagree with me, as long as you're polite about it, respectful. But everybody's more than welcome to disagree. I'm just saying that me personally, I don't care for Chantal. I don't like her, a lot of things about her, but I don't want to see her channel necessarily taken down. Okay, let's put her back on.
What she do with the money? She paid the Motel 6 and
The Motel 6. She's gonna save everybody. She's gonna save all the pets.
From my understanding, FFG has helped save BBJ. From my understanding,
Michelle,
she
I don't
has.
have any sympathy. I don't care. She shames me
Is
every
that not
day.
correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, so
The funny
whatever you
thing is
think
they don't block
FFG,
you
that's
out
a
for
good
too long
thing.
Because exactly. Please give me a break.
Except for Chantal, who wants her cat dead for some reason
I eat
and
on
thinks
the floor
FFG's
because I
bad
want
for
to.
doing that. I don't understand that, but that's
You're
whatever.
dumb. As if he goes, sit on the floor, eat. You're dumb. Motel 6 bills. Anyway. Get that clip where you hear BBJ. Oh yeah, it'll be so easy to prove her lies. I already did. It's gonna be so easy. It's gonna be so
I think
easy
Foodie
to
could be
prove
385,
defamation.
Rudy. I think
It's so
Foodie's
easy
over
to
400.
prove so many things. So we'll see, inshallah, what happens, What's your opinion of this me and uncle emojis? Others are, again, disgusting people. Do I do that to people? Do I make emojis of people, family members, and attack them? No. So it doesn't bug me.
All these losers rely on you for content to pay their bills and feed their kids.
Yeah.
Salah, you're in a glass house when you talk about people relying on Chantal to pay their bills.
They can't, exactly, and they can't get to me, so they're going to
Just
talk about
saying
me.
that,
That only shows what kind of person they are. I mean, they are, and they're going to get their karma for that.
You actually generate YouTube a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Rudy in the chat?
Yes, he is.
He must.
The
I don't
preacher
see
has to
him.
fabricate this lie about you being his slave or maid, but
He might
Salah's
have me
too goofy
blocked.
for all that. Yeah, he's so the opposite.
By accident,
So
he
the
might, but
opposite.
I
Maybe.
do see him.
I don't see him.
He wants you to see him.
I can't see you,
I can prove
Rudy.
that, Talio, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, Rudy, make sure you don't have Sarah Jane blocked by
Plus,
accident.
if there's a hater or someone like brainless, not time out, only block. Direct.
Yeah.
He's
Detox,
such a yes
please.
man. He's such
Detox.
a
That's all. Yeah. Mr.
Smithers.
Clean, Mr. Clean.
Because they are bacteria.
So Salah is Smithers to Chantal's Mr. Burns.
Mm-hmm.
Chantal's probably a similar physical condition to Mr. Burns. I think probably throws a punch with similar power.
Mr. Burns is in better shape.
Well, he's skinnier. I don't know about better shape. Probably equally weak.
Nicole doesn't bug me whatsoever at all. Because her viewers are only when she's talking about me.
Zombies more on haters like worse than Corona.
No problem, Rudy.
Imagine the
Yeah.
only time your husband spends time with
Not
you is
liking
to come
someone is
talk
one thing, but talking about
crap
them
about
every
your
video and
haters.
stream is pretty
Lovely
standard
marriage
behavior,
you have.
especially when they start showing up in real life. Again, easy to prove.
Ooh, that's interesting. Do you think that part of why Chantal is going live is because she has Salah home to actually be her co-pilot or her wingman today?
Yes.
Whereas a lot of times she doesn't like to do this going live solo because she feels she's not as emboldened. But when she's got her shisha pipe and she's got Salah there putting that battery in her back, she's hyped to go off.
Yep. And also, she wants to, because everybody's been saying, where's Salah? Where's Salah? Every video, he's not there. She wants to prove that her man is there with her. So she's going live.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Okay, good night, Mike.
He does egg her on. He does. I don't feel any sympathy for Salah at this point.
No one cares. Yeah, Golden Girl, exactly. Exactly. I mean, obviously. Hello. Hi, Gabriel.
To be fair, Detective
You know what I
Cochise,
mean?
the
Like,
max
I have
on
a
that
lot of
scale
haters, and
is
she's always done open chats, and they
it's
can
not
go there
even
and talk crap about me.
200
She
kilograms.
has to be vile to even get an audience. There's no way she
Very
go to the
nice,
Sky
Rudy.
Wheel
Chocolate
again
pudding.
and go live and see how many people watch you. She even admitted that. She's like, "Well, we're gonna review Foodie Beauty's weight loss journey first because
Ooh.
you know a lot of
Somebody
people won't
go
want to
in
watch
real
just
quick and ask Foodie if her and Sala can do a side-by-side weight live right now. That'll prove
Ooh.
everything. Hurry up, somebody go do it.
Yeah, if somebody
Everybody,
wants to go in there and,
in fact, everybody go do it real quick and then come back. No.
a mass chat. Most people here are probably blocked, but if you're not,
If you're not blocked from Foodie, go over there, ask Foodie right now to do a right now live weigh-in side by side by Sala. I'm blocked, so I can't do it.
my weight loss journey. Kind of like in other words, that's what she said, and you're absolutely right.
Spooky Muse
You
is
can't even
blocked.
do your own pathetic weight loss
Most of
journey
us
that you
are
started
probably
your channel
blocked.
saying you're gonna do. You're gonna show Amberlynn and I. You've only blown up into an orangutan, an egg on legs since then.
Sherry with an interesting point here. That makes sense. If she was going to clean up for some reason, it would be because Salah was coming over. So yeah.
But if Salah weighs and his weight is off, we'll know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll know.
Oh, but that's a good point. We'll know if Salah's weight is accurate. It'll still it'll give us a step in the right direction. I get what Detective Cochise is saying though, that her
Yeah.
weight would still max out lower than what her actual weight is. Oh, Sherry put it in.
Yay, Sherry.
Sherry with the direct action.
Yes, thank you.
Don't get me in trouble, Sarah Jane. I'm not sending anybody over to anybody's chat.
I am. It was my idea.
All right, your idea.
So
not
what are
mine.
you showing us exactly, huh? What? Oh, I learned so much from you. Heather, I make my own money, honey. Don't worry about it. We have our own money. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you have your
And if she
own
makes so
money
much
and
money,
Sala
she has
has
the
your
same
money
Adidas
too.
shirt, dirty ass Adidas shirt.
I will
every
say, in
freaking-
fairness, Chantal does come into this chat a lot, but I don't ever tell. I just I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say I don't want to encourage people to go be bothersome is all. But let's put this back.
chance you see her. Like, please. So yeah, stay mad. We'll see how it turns out.
Me too, Sherry. Me
And
too.
if you really don't want to be a coward, email me your address on Instagram so I can serve
No,
you.
I get you, Sherry. You have every right
Let's
to
do
be.
it.
It's annoying because she hasn't.
She reminds me of
Chantal
SpongeBob
like took a little break.
SquarePants. Yeah, with like
Chantal took a
Sherry,
little.
yes, girl.
Chantal,
Sherry, sorry.
I was gonna say Chantal took a little break from the aggression and the anger and all of the vile behavior to really just to present herself as if she was becoming a changed woman, going on a health program, exercising, doing all this good stuff, and she doesn't she feel embarrassed at all that she's proving all of the reactors and all the people who said she wasn't going to do it? Doesn't she feel embarrassed that she's proved all of them right?
Detective said that you're going to become our new scapegoat, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, right. Everybody's gonna
Yes,
blame me.
good job. Sherry, Rose JM, go.
Dr. Phil told
you go.
him to do it.
I told you guys, you can blame me. You can blame me.
SpongeBob mated with Selma from The Simpsons. She doesn't show herself on camera at all, ever. Never. She's a coward. She's a coward. The biggest
Do the
coward
Beezers
ever.
enjoy this
and
stuff?
when she showed herself on camera, like,
They must. I don't know.
woof.
Because I don't know, is Chantal doing this for herself? Is she doing this for the reactors? I feel like she's doing this just to be spiteful and mean and just to start some trouble. I don't think her audience is requesting this.
No.
To watch someone struggle.
She's doing it
yeah.
because she has nothing else, Dr. Phil.
Well,
she
wait.
has nothing.
Oh, I
What if,
disagree just a little. She could be doing those big, massive mukbangs. Those are terrible for her health, but those people are interested in watching some of those.
yeah,
So she has some
but
things she
she
could
has
be doing.
nothing. Well, but that's all she has. She has nothing else to talk about, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. She has nothing
Yeah,
healthy to do.
no.
That's for sure. Nothing healthy. So yeah, that's.
So
But
she'd be doing the mukbangs and raging on people. That's what she did the other day.
that's something too that I don't get. You'd think that doing the mukbang, Chantal would be happy eating all that food. It's the one of the few pleasures she would have. To still be raging while eating the
She
food
was
is.
happy. It was like a happy rage though, because you could tell she was happy about the food, but she was still bitching. So
She wanted to rage, but she was enjoying the food, so she was trying to rage through the enjoyment, through the dopamine rush.
yes,
It lost
it
didn't
was, it
work
was
right
kind of
then, so I guess
comical
I'll
actually.
She just couldn't quite get the rage up high enough because she was enjoying it too
watch
much.
ALR and Foodie Beauty.
Hey, Granny's done.
Like, how do you even watch somebody criticize another fat person when they're
Oh, hey,
fat
Granny's dead.
themselves? Like, where's the credibility of that
Welcome in.
person? I don't know. People have no brains. That's why we.
I will say this that as of somebody, I think that a heavy person, a fat person, as Chantel put it, has more knowledge about somebody who's fat. Now, I
Heck yeah.
personally, when I like to talk about people, I don't like to. I mean, when people want to talk about what they want to criticize, that's their personal choice. I just saying though that I don't think Chantel, for her to say that, Chantel does the same exact thing. She's so heavy and she's always mocking people for their appearance and everything. And so it's just so much which came first, the chicken or the egg kind of thing. Chantel's always claiming all this stuff, and then
Hypocrite,
you're doing a lot
Chantal.
of
Can
it.
you say hypocrite? Hypocrite. You're a hypocrite.
Which came first, the hippo or the egg?
Call them zombies. No brains. Hello,
The
McChicky.
hypocrisy.
Yeah. Emphasis on cow food. I just want to say
this
thank you for
criticism
going live
does
at a
not.
time. We're not all dream beings.
This is not
Please do
about
it
that.
more often so I can all be here. Yeah, the time difference does suck for sure. Exactly.
Exactly, Sherry. I wonder that. Now, here's a poll I should do. You know what, Skinny, I'm going to let this run for a second, but I'm going to do a little poll right now.
Okay, whatever.
A little surprise poll.
I'm sure, we'll see how
Okay.
the case goes. No, I'm not a hypocrite because I don't sit here making content about her and criticizing her weight loss journey. No, I don't. Hey.com. Stalking, harassment, defamation, and theft.
That's funny. She just said, no, I'm not a
That's the
hypocrite.
case.
Almost like she heard us.
The heat, it was like 40 friggin' 3 degrees today. It's like 110. She's jealous because you're traveling the world. She's jealous. I mean, she has nothing except those crappy, hateful viewers. You can have them. I don't care. Frig. No thanks.
Okay, I got to
Not
do
this time, Kiki.
yeah, hypocrite. Yeah, the pun. I got it. I noticed that. Here, I put a little poll in the chat for everybody. Do you think that Chantel would be? Or let me pause this while I say it.
Black Devereaux, he knows.
Do you think that if Chantel lost the weight, that she would be even meaner about others' weight, or would she be nicer about it?
I voted. I won't say what I said until after.
Yeah, I want to give people a chance to vote. I don't want to bias them, but I've
Everything
got
about
my
me,
vote
honey.
as well.
My past doesn't matter, so keep trying to dig it up. He don't care. Everything about me was easy to look up. Are you kidding? One Google search. You act like I have all these skeletons in my closet. No, I'm not a coward. I have nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide or nothing hidden.
Not like some people.
You sure are hiding a lot under that
says?
abaya.
I think my
That was
body's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
Because it has rolls. It's round and not linear. That's your opinion. I don't give a shit about you. Who are you? Do you want to show Howie?
I don't know how she says it. Like, do you want to show Howie? Like, hey, let's parade the hamster. Let's parade the pet around just for content. Like maybe the hamster doesn't want to be shown. Maybe he's sleeping. Right? Like, is it? I mean, though to be fair, it's late night over there. The hamster is probably awake. But I'm just saying, it's, you know, the way she said that, hey, let's go show Harry. Maybe Harry wants to be left alone for a minute.
She don't have to
How
pick
is it
him
the
up to show him. She could show him right in the cage. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that too.
she doesn't have to disturb him. But no, Chantal's gonna get in there, squeeze her fat hands around the hamster, make the hamster's eyes pop out, because the way she holds them is, oh.
I think Chantal's hands are so swollen, she probably doesn't have the same level of dexterity that perhaps she once had.
Yeah, not much filling, yes.
Room. We all have a past, exactly. Most of these people have criminal records.
Oh, sure thing, Detective Coach.
Even if
one of these
FFG has
days,
like all
absolutely.
these records, she talks about me being broke. How many
could,
times were you in court for not paying
in fact,
rent?
we can even have you
Give
come
me a
on tonight if
break.
you'd really like. I didn't have any fixed plans.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, let us know. I can put a link in there.
Yep. Anybody else
Stan,
wants to
can
come
you
up
read that,
and
baby?
talk?
Which one?
Yeah,
Give their
let
opinion.
me
It's
put
in
the link in.
Arabic,
Let me
like
actually.
in
I think
the
tonight would be a
numbers
good night for
Arabic.
people to panel up. I was already considering it.
مرات بعمل تايم اوت عشان اشوف اذا بياخدوا التايم اوت as a warning. ما بدي to hear the challenge by hiding على طول.
I got this.
بس اذا بدكم خلص ولا يمكن تسوي على طول.
I don't know before.
يعني على حسب مستوى الكراهية. إذا كان كراهية يعني خفيفة شوي تايم اوت. إذا كراهية.
All right, everyone, and if you do want to come up, I know it's annoying, but if you have, but you could please just show something. You don't have to show your face on a webcam, but if you could just show something that to indicate who you are, hopefully. I'm not sure precisely what would be the best way to do that, but if you could indicate your identity in some way, because I just don't want to, I don't want to risk the chance of having somebody flash something inappropriate. Not that I think anyone in my chat would do that, but there could always be a troll.
Yeah. So when they come up, what I do is I just have them show their face or hold up, you know, a peace sign or wave or
Yeah, just something to indicate that it's.
When they do come up though, that's what I just have them like, hey, as soon as they're up, I'll be like, hey, can you wave? Can you hold up 2 fingers? Can you hold up 3? Because people do use recordings too, of people that you may know. They've done that before.
Yep.
So it's good just to give them a command as soon as they come up. And that way, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's back to Charlie. Let's put Chantal back. Sorry about that.
Look على طول.
All right, detective's coming
All right,
up.
we got Detective Cochese coming up tonight. Tonight will truly be a panel night.
Perfect
Yeah.
factory tour. At least he has a business and sells products in stores.
الحمد لله. Thanks God. Knock on wood.
Yeah. He has a lot of different products.
It's funny. I titled it "Watching the
do you want me to
Reality
get a fork or
TV,"
do
and
you
that's
wanna
exactly
get
what it
from-
is tonight.
It's okay if I go?
Mhm.
They didn't even give me a fork.
Here.
I'm on a bit of a treat day myself. I really wanted to review Chantal's mukbang because that's my favorite type of content to do.
Yeah.
But that can wait. That can wait. She's always putting up more.
I'm gonna eat this chocolate cake like a pig and trigger everyone who fat shames.
I don't fat shame, but it will trigger me a little.
Right.
Are you jealous, FF Goblin, that you can't do this in front of the camera because you have to hide what you eat and lie to people? Yeah, I'm not doing good on my diet right now.
I will say respect to Chantal for eating on the camera instead of eating off the camera. You know, so if she is going to eat it, might as well do it on the camera. That's something. Even when I was fat, I always would. You know, I'm not ashamed to eat. I'm like, I'm heavy because I eat. I don't need to pretend I don't.
Right.
Nobody's going to believe me anyway.
Here's the proof.
She's coward.
Okay, let's try this. Do you want some, babe? Yes.
My night snack tonight is going to be cottage cheese with a little bit of fresh fruit salad on top.
Now that is a healthy snack. That is just so healthy, straight up.
And it's
dietary
actually
snack.
yummy too, Dr. Phil. Like the fruit salad is delicious. I made
I
a
like
fruit
fruit
salad.
salad. I'm
Yeah.
not big on the cottage cheese, but I know that for people who like cottage cheese, that is a good snack.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried some tzatziki today.
Yum.
I did not like it at all. I thought it was high. I really don't like yogurt in general.
I know.
So I said I'm gonna try it just for the
Was
sake
it
of all the Middle
was it
Eastern
store
food we say.
bought? Was it store bought?
Yes, it was store bought, but it was a good brand.
Okay, because not all store bought though is the same as like if you would get it at a Greek restaurant or Coney Island.
The quality wasn't bad. I just didn't like the creamy flavor of it. I just didn't like the taste. It wasn't that
Yeah.
I thought it was poor
What'd you
quality.
have it on?
I just thought it like a pretzel cracker.
That's another reason because it is actually good on like a chicken wrap.
I just don't really like that kind of creamy yogurty taste. That's what it was. I
Yeah.
don't think it was. I just don't think it's for me. I don't think it was bad. It just wasn't my taste. But hey,
Hey,
some people.
Rally.
Oh, no problem, Rally. Hey, the fact that you're here at all is fantastic, and there's always. I'm not going anywhere. There's always more chances to come on. So, just glad you can make it in the chat, Rally. Another time, a rain check, as it were.
Thanks, Hughes-Mir. It's okay.
Sherry, that is a good question. I hope we get an answer to that one. We deserve one. The Beezers really deserve that. Take it back. I don't know if we deserve one, but the Beezers deserve one, and any former Beezers in here deserve one. An answer to that question, I mean. That cake looks tasty. Where'd she get that cake from?
Is that a diet service cake?
I'm thinking actually the diet service cake. Here's what I've been doing some thinking. The diet services, I don't know if there's so much diet services or if it's simply the only place they know of that sells single size portions, because that's not fast food. Because a lot of places, they probably only sell family size meals. And Chantal was trying to not eat family size meals on camera. So she said, well, I don't want to cook. I don't feel like cooking. I want something that's caloric, that's
Somebody
tasty.
looked it up though. I think Kaya looked it up. It is a diet service
Oh,
she got
okay.
it from. Yeah. They have, I guess, quite a few of them in Kuwait.
Well, the food looked pretty good. It seemed, but it was priced appropriately though. It was not inexpensive, but it looked pretty good in my opinion. So at least some of it.
Yeah.
Some of it looked better than others. But some of
It
looked
didn't
good.
look, some of it looked okay. Like that one baguette sandwich kind of looked a little dry.
Yeah, the
Not gonna
sandwich
lie.
wasn't too hot, but
The
the
soup,
fresh entree type stuff, like
yeah,
the chicken, the chicken breast with the sauces, those looked pretty darn good for the most part.
yeah.
You know,
And this cake looks tasty, but chocolate cake's hard to mess up.
I'm sorry, but even at 800 pounds, I think I would still be prettier.
Yeah, she would know it, Sherry.
Not just that, her personality sucks ass. What would the lumberjack say?
Mimi, I've said just ate, not just eat.
Just ate.
Yeah, A-T-E.
You full?
I'm having a bit of a treat day myself. I went to the store today, so I'm eating some of the sweets and goodies that I bought a little bit more than I usually do.
Nice.
On the first day when I come home from the store.
Yeah.
Nice. I am
I picture
reining
her
myself back in because I had, I said that I'm going to on Sarah Jane's journey. I was talking about how I was up a few pounds, and for certain reasons I feel like, but also because I had to rein it in a little bit too. I feel like I was just doing a little too much. I was getting protein shakes every day, and they were real tasty, right? But I think they're real tasty because they're high in calorie.
It depends on the kind of protein shake, because protein shakes depends how you make them. If you
Well,
make
they
it-
were adding peanut butter to them.
Okay.
And, so they were higher in calorie because of the peanut butter, and also I think they were adding chocolate powder to make it tasty.
Okay.
Not just the protein shake itself, but chocolate powder.
So it's more like a
And-
meal substitute shake.
Yeah, it was more like it's called a Reese's cup, and it definitely was tasty.
I
So-
love a chocolate peanut butter protein shake. I make those for
Oh
myself.
my
too.
gosh, it was so good. But I'm still gonna get them, but I'm not gonna get them every day. I'm going to cut down to twice a week instead of I was doing it 5 days a week after the gym, and that I think was adding too much to my. And plus, I don't know how many calories are in it, Dr.
Oh,
Phil.
they don't have that listed for you? They
No,
don't give you that?
they don't. They don't.
That I'm surprised. That's unfortunate. At a gym,
I I was guessing, and I don't know if I was guessing enough.
I make a lot of protein shakes, so I'm pretty good at estimating. And I would say that if they're what do they use? Milk,
They
ice.
use almond milk, ice, chocolate powder, chocolate protein powder, a scoop of like a scooper of peanut
Hey,
butter.
Skinny, can I interrupt you just for a second? We got Detective Cochese on here. I just want to welcome him in before I don't want to show their. I see you on there, Detective Cochese. You can turn off your camera if you'd like. You don't have to leave it on. Just wanted to let them know that. All right, Skinny, keep going. So Detective Cochese has a moment to decide on if they want to have their camera on or not.
Did you hear anything I said? What was in it? Oh,
yes, I heard yeah. You said most of it. You said that it had almond milk, that it had chocolate powder, that it had chocolate protein powder, and it had it sounds like it's pretty caloric. I mean, but it's going to depend on the quantities as well.
I was putting about 600, but I even think it might have been like 7 or 8 at some point because I don't know. I know that it's a scooper of peanut butter, but I'm trying to look at the scooper going, was that 2 tablespoons or 3,
I think that your estimate was probably about right, probably around 6. It could be more, though, depending on the total size of the shake, 24 ounces.
I think even at some points it could have been more, maybe 750, and I wasn't putting enough calories, because I use all my calories. I wanted
to welcome Detective Cochise on. We just lost Detective Cochise. I was just about to welcome him in.
No.
All right.
He'll come back.
Hopefully he'll come back. Yeah, I was just about to bring him on. You were talking about the protein shake. Okay, hopefully he can hear us.
Being the brawny guy on
he comes back so I can bring him on.
Lumberjack.
And yes, Sherry said apparently. Oh, Detective Cochise. Hey, Detective. Okay, let me mute Chantal. Just wanted to make sure that you wanted to leave your camera on. Yep.
Hey, Detective.
Howdy.
Welcome in.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. So hope you're having a great night.
Oh, having a wonderful night. Thanks for having me up.
It's a pleasure. Let me make sure we got you. Let me turn up your mic here just a little bit. Can you speak again?
Luna Bell. Oh, I was going to say Luna Bell says hello to Bella Luna.
Yep.
All right, Detective. I think we got your volume. Can you just say hi one more time so I can make sure we have your volume good?
Hello, everyone.
All right. I think that's pretty good right there.
I can turn mine up a little too.
That's fine. Yeah, if you want to turn yours up just a little bit, that would be fine too. All right.
How's that?
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so let me get your opinion on Chantal's rant tonight. We got you on here.
Oh, don't even know where to start. First of all, she has nothing to do. She's bored as heck, so she just keeps talking FFG, BBJ over and over and over. She is in such self-denial that it makes me pretty much sick. And I came up with the theory that if she goes back to Canada, she ain't coming back. She's going to find some excuse to keep her there, like, oh, I can't leave because of using my tourist visa too much, etc. So I think she'll basically be looking for a one-way ticket because I think she's completely and utterly miserable.
Yes.
I think that's a very likely theory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Detective, maybe your video is glitching just a little bit. Perhaps maybe there's a loose wire or something, but your audio seems to be coming in pretty well. So, you don't have to have your camera on if you don't want. By the way, it's not.
I just turned it off.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think that's a great theory. I was of the theory that she might not come back this time. I don't want to say I was surprised when she came back, but I was surprised that she was in Canada for such a short period of time and ran back to the Middle East so quickly. I thought if she did go back, she was gonna kind of take her sweet time in Canada, enjoying her edibles, her wheelchairs, and her pork and all that kind of thing before she decided to go back. But she ran back. You think this time that she's not gonna run back the same way?
No. I think she's found out that this arc is completely dead. She's hurting for money going on these open chats.
Mm-hmm.
And you got everybody's basically blocking or deleting any of the comments that are too negative for her to address or want to be seen. So she's even got the moderators helping pick and choose what answers she should be giving. And then, of course, she makes them up anyways.
Oh, and let me welcome in Tally you also. My apologies, Tally you. Hopefully hopefully you're still there. Let me say hello. And Tally you mentions that she was asking some neutral questions in Chantal's chat. Apparently did not get an answer. Sherry was either ignored or was blocked.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Rosalind asks, what is she eating? She is having some chocolate cake, possibly from the diet service. The cake looks pretty tasty, and she seems to be enjoying it. Although she seems to be enjoying the venom that she's spewing, the taste of that even more than the taste of the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let Chantal drop a few.
Now, I don't know.
Oh, please.
I just guessed that it might be from the diet service, but it could also just be a straight up chocolate cake because, Sally likes to give her what she wants because he don't want to hear the raging at him. So.
I don't think so, and here's why. Would Chantal have bought a slice that small from any place where she had the option to get one bigger?
No.
So that's why I think it probably is from the diet service. I think you were right the first time. Because any place else, she would have gotten a much larger slice than that. Only a diet service would dare give Chantal a slice that size.
Boyfriend when I was in elementary school. I used to say I was dating Batman. Same situation. You peaked already.
Yeah, she is pretty angry today. Maybe she really was on the health kick
I will be jerk.
She's got cake on her face.
That was my pet theory. That Chantal, if she really did go on the health kick, would get really angry after a period. I thought she was going to possibly get delusional if she was really doing it. This anger could be either because she tried to do the health kick and it just drove her so crazy, or she just failed and she's angry at herself about it. That could be part of what's driving this rage.
It's a little bit of both, I believe. She failed right away. But yet she wants to be that skinny legend for her husband, and she can't. So,
I think that's very fair. All right, let's put on. Welcome to any lurkers who come in anywhere. Thank you by swallowing my words. Welcome to any lurkers who've come in by chance. Have a great night. Thank you for coming
Detective, also tell Spooky we said hello.
Yes, Detective.
She's
Hello,
watching downstairs.
Hello, Spooky.
Oh, yes, hello, Spooky, as well. Detective, do you think that Chantal got that chocolate cake from a diet service, or do you think that she got that from a dessert, or do you think that came with a meal, or what? Because nobody else seems to know where that cake came from.
Oh, that does not look like something from a diet service, especially if she takes a bite of it and smiles, then it's real.
That is true.
And again, it's not as small as I originally thought it was. Looking at it from the side, you can see it's actually a decent sized piece.
Detective, that's very good observation because the desserts from the diet service she made faces at. So,
okay. So the diet service desserts were actual. So that's more proof. Like you said, it was a real diet service. They're giving actual diet desserts made with artificial sweeteners.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Spooky. Hello again. Oh, hello, Alaska Peach. How are you?
Hello,
Spooky.
Alaska.
All right, let's put back Chantal for a second. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit so we can kind of get live.
Grass. Oh yeah.
Hey, no more Nashies.
That was a heck
Hey, Norma and Nashies, welcome in.
of game.
By the way, you're gonna play it, okay? After me.
No, not tonight.
Oh,
Not tonight.
Okay.
we missed that.
Maybe
No
not.
more Nashies
Maybe
because
tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow, yes.
Now, so that's
we came in on. We missed that somehow.
Oh, did she? Okay, I thought she said. See, now I thought somebody said that she was saying that she was still. Maybe I misheard though. But hey, if she's off her diet, I guess that this that's more proof for the chocolate cake not being from the diet service.
Yeah, I think she said she's going to be off the diet until June 26th.
Yeah, she did say that, and
that's right.
also, yeah, she rescheduled her diet.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
For
Welcome
next
in.
week.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, she's taking a little break, I guess. Okay, let's put it back on then.
Yeah, but she
You
never
never
actually
does.
started, Dr. Phil. She
Well,
never started.
compared to how Chantal was eating 2 weeks ago, I mean, I have to look at this latest Chinese food mukbang, but she was on just self-destructive eating for a period there. Could not possibly be eating any heavier. So anything compared to that could be a diet in her mind, right?
Mm.
Maybe not.
It was all performative, Dr. Phil, for the camera.
Probably.
Chantal will play
No.
GTA 5.
You too, Ava. Everyone put the potato face emoji if you're a beezer. Oh, I put a new emoji of my face.
That's one thing I don't get also. Chantal, if she really likes Salah that much, Salah clearly enjoys gaming. Why doesn't Chantal pick up some games that she could play with the guy?
Right.
That would give her something to do with him, some activity they could do together.
Well, because Chantal only does what Chantal wants. And if it's not what she wants, then Chantal don't do it.
Like if she really wanted to make Salah happy, she would probably find some game he likes and at least learn it well enough to humor him a little.
She don't. She just wants Salah to make her happy.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff why Chantal likes to talk about a relationship, but this relationship doesn't feel that good to me because it's I don't know. I'm stating the obvious here. Detective Cochese, you want to chime in or shall I continue?
You can continue.
All right.
Eyebrow.
Yeah, the eyebrow. But so that's the plan. That's why I want to get healthy because I do want to travel. There's a lot of places we want to travel to. There's so many places we can go, like anywhere in the Middle East, Lebanon.
So many places you can go. Chantal, there's a lot of places you and Salah could go, but and I'm not saying this at all to be rude, but it's just when you're very, very heavy, a lot of places can't accommodate you as well. And you need to really research, make sure that you're going to places that can properly accommodate you because especially if you don't have your mobility and if your goal is to travel, you got to work on that. That's just an undeniable thing. Like look, you're going to a theme park. How many theme parks are there out there? There's weight limits on those rides, unfortunately, for better or for worse.
Yeah, and plus she wants to get healthy so she can travel, not get healthy so she can be healthy. I mean, she's just doing it for the wrong reasons.
That's a good point too. Those priorities are so out of order.
Right.
The health is I mean, the traveling is just a luxury. That's a great point. Completely out of order. All right, let's put it back. Thinking of Wally.
Oman, there's Jordan, there's Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand. There's
places are all
so many
really
places
hot.
that are not that far from here that we can travel to. And we have.
There are also
we have-
places that Salah can go to because you got to remember he's limited to the countries that he can travel. So
Yeah.
Well, they could still find some fun stuff to do there. I'm not an expert too much on the Middle East or Southeast Asia as far as traveling, but I know that there are things to do there. There's plenty of beaches and there's restaurants and nightclubs and all that kind of stuff. But Chantal has that kind of stuff. She doesn't have to go that far to go to a nightclub, and she doesn't even use nightclubs. In Canada, she didn't really go out to the nightclub. So traveling to Thailand to go to some resorts, you can go to the bar at the pool there. She doesn't seem to be the kind of person who's really into that stuff.
no, maybe the bars that are all you can eat.
Right.
Yeah, right.
The food bar.
They'll go to Thailand just so that they can go to sit in the hotel and go to the buffet. That's
Yet she doesn't go and search out any street foods in Kuwait. She orders fast food. That's what she likes.
Now that's something you'd think that Chantal would love to do that. That would be something relating to eating, which she enjoys. It's content for her channel. It gets her get out in the country that she claims to love so much, her new home country. Why doesn't she do that? It boggles the mind. All right, let's go.
have travel plans already. But in between that, I have to make an unfortunate trip and deal with more stress. But I think that it's about due time. If I can do anything, make any difference
Ah,
somehow
I get you
legally
now, Sherry.
for my right, then I will do it. If not, well, at least I tried. So, Korea, North Korea.
Mimi said, put crazy frog.
I thought she was gonna say. I thought I'm so silly. I thought they meant South Korea, and I was like, oh, so I didn't know they Salah could go to South Korea. That's an expensive place to visit. Somebody was just trolling them with North Korea.
Yeah. Also, she wouldn't fit. She wouldn't fit in South Korea.
That's true. South Korea is, those Southeast Asian countries. The average person is much more petite,
Yeah.
particularly the women.
North Korea has a giant food shortage as well, so I'm sure they won't let her in.
Oh yeah, right. Chantal, it would go over big in North Korea, literally.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt,
I'll
there's
see
a
that.
lot. There's a lot of places.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
go break.
Oh wow!
right, guys.
Is that true?
So,
When did that happen?
We'll see you in the chat. Come bees with us on Salah's channel. Also, thanks Salah. I'll post a thing on my community tab. So,
Sweet vintage.
Okay, so she's gonna go to Salah's channel
now.
now. That's what
potato face.
Sherry was talking about.
You can
Yeah.
review her mukbang
A
from
plus,
today.
boom.
Now I got time chance to review the mukbang. Okay, I don't think anything exciting is gonna drop in the last 2 minutes of this stream, so I really want to do that mukbang. So let me pull that up because that just came out like 2 hours ago. I don't think anybody else has even covered that yet.
And while you're transitioning, I'm going to take this opportunity to step down because I have a couple of things to do, but I'll be listening in the background.
Okay, no problem. And Detective Cochese, you're welcome to stay up while I go over I review Chantal's mukbang. That's the other that's the bit of content I originally planned to do tonight, but I still want to do it. I still have time.
Good to see you, Detective. Thank you, Dr. Phil. And
You're welcome, Skinny.
I'll see you guys soon.
And thank you for coming up, Skinny. By the way, let me just thank you for your coming up here tonight. Skinny, if you're still planning to go on later, I will encourage everyone to go check you out tonight.
I'll let you know. I'll be in and out of your chat listening.
Okay, well then I will speak to you a little bit later. Have a great night.
Talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, and let me share this screen now. Oh, and then we're going to close the poll as well. So let me do the screen share. Okay. Oh, and let me also do the I forgot to do my little animation. There we go. Just a little fun little all eyes on me because Notorious Foodie Ready to Bees was already taken. No, it wasn't. I just didn't think of that till later. That's gonna be my next one. Notorious Foodie Ready to Bees. All eyes on me. Chantal's. Does anybody get the symbolism? She's the eyes and she's looking at herself. Get it? Very, very complex, deep symbolism there.
All right, Plato.
She is, Rally. She is a lot of words, not a lot of actions, but a lot of Chinese food as well. And exactly, Rally. If Chantal spent a fraction of the energy that she has put into griping about how she has not taken care of, about other people have taken care of her cat would have been very well taken care of. She put a fraction of that time and energy and effort. It would never been an issue. Okay.
I am having today something I've been craving. Yes, I'm drinking out of a mixing jar. I mean, it's big. Why not? If it holds liquid, why not drink from it? Why does it have to be a glass? And I'm having water because I'm just craving water.
Okay, water, that's always good. Glad to see the water, especially with Chinese food, which is often very high in sodium.
MSG.
MSG can be a thing in a lot of Chinese foods. Monosodium glutamate is the longer name for it. People may be familiar with it. It's also known as umami. In a lot of Asian markets, they sell the seasoning as umami seasoning. So some people have issues with it. It's a lot of sodium, raises your sodium levels. So if you have an issue with sodium, you might want to avoid that.
I've never knew that.
I'm not really in the mood for soda today, so. Now this is not really diet food. It's actually I've been craving to try the Chinese food here. And
Oh, before we close, let me also close out that poll, by the way. This was the poll that we had. So, the poll. The question was, if Chantal lost the weight, would she get even meaner about others' weights? Oh, thank you, No More Nashies. No More Nashies clarifies here. Let me put this in the chat here. That umami is a flavor profile, not just MSG. So MSG is just one way, I guess, to get that umami flavor. Okay, learn something new every day. Alaska Peach says she can't sleep after eating Chinese food. I guess it depends on the amount and the type also, because I've had some Chinese food that's pretty good. What about you, Detective Cochese? Do you like Chinese food often?
I don't like it often, and when I do, it knocks me out.
I don't have Chinese food very often either. I find that it's hard to find a good Chinese place, but if I can find one, I do enjoy it, but I don't go very often because it is even a good place. It's usually pretty caloric, pretty heavy stuff. A lot of rice, a lot of sauces, a lot of sodium,
so that's what I'm gonna do.
a lot of sugar.
I hope it's good. Don't know.
All right, well,
Julia.
Chantal's got at least 3 items here.
All right, let's get
Four items. Jeez,
this
she's
meal.
not playing around. Probably the whole thing of
So I
rice.
have some vegetable noodles. It looks like spaghetti.
Okay, that looks like lo mein to me. I think that's
Looks
called
like
lo
lo mein
mein.
to me.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna put my water like here, because there's no room for
No room.
liquids.
Need a bigger
No.
table for the food.
Yeah, that is a massive
so good, actually. It smells
portion
like
she's
Chinese
got
noodles.
there. The amount of plates, 4 plates,
Yeah,
right?
That's got to be more than a quart.
That's this right here would be a big serving of food for one person. This one tray would be a good sized meal. I'd be like, probably, I don't think I could finish that tray myself.
I couldn't.
And I got something called Kai chicken. Kai.
That looks
K-A-I?
tasty.
Chicken?
But
Smells a
again,
bit
that tray is,
like
I don't think
Korean
I could
chicken.
finish that whole tray.
Yummy.
Looks a little dry.
I was taking a chance.
You know, it's one of those things where I don't know if it's dry because it's on the outside, like crispy dry, that's good, as long as the meat inside isn't tough. If it's like the whole thing is overcooked and dry, then it could be bad. I guess we'll see. But yeah, it could be.
Because I didn't know what Kai chicken was. So.
Some fried spring rolls.
Papadum. What is this? The sauces? Did they give me ketchup?
Okay, thankfully this is not as huge of a meal as I was worried, because that other bag is sauces, and this plate of spring rolls isn't huge. But this is still a massive meal. This is easily enough for more than 2 people. This is probably 3 to 4 people's worth of food, in my opinion.
I don't see the rice.
Yeah, it probably did come with rice, and she didn't. Maybe she's still sitting in the bag over there. Who knows? Came with a lot of sauces.
Jalapenos. Okay, I don't know what these sauces
Yeah,
are.
Kels says that looks like a
this
serving
is
for
this looks
4.
like hot chili paste.
Yeah,
No,
I
thank
think
you.
4
And the
makes sense.
Papadum.
I love the
Papadum?
picture. I love that picture, Kels. Oh wow, I love that. I hope that's not Harry. Yeah, that's definitely enough for 4. What is that cone thing? I am not sure either. It looks like a tortilla chip. Maybe it's a fried wonton skin? I'm not really sure.
Maybe it's she pours the noodles into it and pours it straight down her gullet.
Like a funnel.
Yep.
Maybe. All right, let's get to look at and calories. Let's do a calorie estimate. Okay, the spring rolls, I'm gonna say I see at least each half of those spring rolls is probably about 75 calories, 80 calories. So let's say about 400 calories for that plate of spring rolls. Maybe a little more. These are all just estimates. I could be right, I could be wrong. Oh, and by the way, the poll. 97% of people thought Chantal would get a lot meaner if she lost weight. If she was a skinny girl, she'd be a mean skinny girl. 2% said no. That's the margin of error. I actually would say I don't think she'd get even meaner because I don't think she could get much meaner. but if she could get meaner, she probably would. I think the chat is right on that. Oh, Alaska likes Thai food. Yeah, I like Thai food a lot too. I probably like that a little more than Chinese in general. Depends on the restaurant. Like I've had some really good Chinese restaurants, but I tend to find that, at least in my experience, I've had the Thai restaurants I've been to, some of them are a little better, but it really just depends. There's the quality varies a lot, at least in my experience. Welcome in, Jaden Flash. And welcome in Kels, welcome into anyone I missed, and welcome in to any lurkers. So the calorie estimate. Sorry, Cochese, didn't mean to cut you off there. Did you have want to give say something, or I was going to go on with the calories? Okay, the calories on that chicken, that's got to be at least 700, maybe 800. I mean, maybe that looks like chicken that's fried with breaded. So let's say 800 calories worth of fried chicken there. Maybe more. I mean, I have to see if that's fried chicken all the way down. And the noodles there, that's got to be like 1,000 calories of noodles. That's a heck of a lot of noodles. That's maybe more. Because with the oil in there. So altogether, we're easily looking at 2,000 calories plus, I think, if the entire meal was consumed, because then you have to add in the sauces as well. I think we got 2,000 calories plus for this meal. I'm not sure how many plus, but I'd be very surprised if that's under 2,000. Oh, okay, Detective Cochise. Sorry, as I see there, you lost your audio. Okay, well, we're glad to have had you on tonight. You were a great guest. You know, in the future, I do a panel. I'd love to have you come back up. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming in, as always. Oh, Natsuki, 8 months pregnant with twins. Congratulations. Congrats. Great to hear that. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you, that is a lot. I mean, we said it's a serving for 4. You're eating for 3, right? You still can get that. Rosalind, I have to agree with that. There are 4 to 5 servings there, reasonably. With all the sauces, I think you could easily break this up into food for 4 people, and everybody would have a good full serving. Break it up into 5 would still be enough, in my opinion. Hello, Lady Night Hawk. Glad you can make it. We just did Chantal's live, and now we are finally going over her Chinese food mukbang.
All right, this maybe for the spring rolls?
That looks like a spicy chili sauce.
No, Julia, no.
And as much as I enjoy pets, I like pets, but I don't think it's a good idea to have your pet cat right up in your food like that. I mean, especially the hair can get in there. The cat might just be curious. It might put its paw in there, make a, the cat should not be on the table with the food, in my opinion. I'm not a cat owner. I don't know what you folks think, but that's just my opinion. I think the cat should not be on the table with the food.
Julia, get down.
And for the cat's sake as well. The cat might get a mouthful of something it can't digest, or might eat something it's not supposed to.
No, honey. Go, baby girl. Go. Come on.
8:16 p.m., Rudy.
I'm going to throw this back so she...
Oh, and something Rudy might like.
Go fetch.
A little bit of math really quickly. I was doing some thinking for my ebook that I'm working on, talking about calories and dieting and all that kind of thing, health programs, nutrition. And I realized when I have a treat day, when I go off my daily calories a little bit, I go off by about 20% on average. Sometimes more, sometimes hopefully less, but about 20% is a fair number. And in my case, I aim for about 2,500 a day. So 3,000 calories is a treat day for me. That would be 20% more, 500 extra calories. If you consume 1,250 calories, it would be a 1,500 calorie for the day, 250 extra. That would be a treat day. I think that's a reasonable number. Go off your diet a little bit. You're not going off too much, but you're definitely having something extra, something you enjoy. I do that on occasion, and it keeps me from going off my diet too crazy.
Yeah, I know. She has a lot of toys, but we have to fish them all out under the couches. So, okay.
Agreed.
And what is this sauce? Ooh, soy sauce. Yes. I haven't had soy sauce since
Okay, I gotta say one thing about Chantal. You should never pour the soy sauce onto the food before you taste it, because she doesn't know how salty those noodles are. Those could be very salty already. I mean, I'm assuming they're probably not, but just as a foodie, you'd think that she would at least want to taste the noodles before she pours the soy sauce.
So I'm happy for that. And then this, jalapenos, okay. This
Indeed.
looks like, Indian pickles. All right, because it's like an Indochina place. All right, let's dig in.
Blessings on you and your family.
Sorry
Nancy.
that my hijab is crooked, but I just don't care right now. I'm hungry as heck. Oh my gosh. So, I thought we would talk about.
I wonder, I don't like the silverware shame because I don't exactly have the most complete set of silverware. I don't have, 3 forks and a salad, 2 different salad spoons or whatever you fancy folks have, and all the cloth napkins and everything. But is there a reason Chantal never uses her own silver when she eats? She always uses the disposable stuff. I understand it's more convenient, but it just seems kind of wasteful. It's unnecessary. You already have the food in the tray, obviously, so if you don't want to use an extra plate, I guess I can understand that if you're the only one eating it. But why not use a reusable silverware? That's just me.
A couple of things. Let's try these spring rolls. They're vegetable
You're very
spring
welcome.
rolls. Beauty boy.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Rally, it does not look that good. It looks like it tastes pretty tasty, but as far as I'm not seeing anything here that's worth going off your diet for. If your diet is important. Looks okay, but I don't see anything here that looks any better than what you can get in the average Chinese restaurant. Just being honest, I don't think it looks especially bad. I don't think it looks especially good. It looks pretty average. As long as it's hot and crispy, it probably tastes okay. That's my opinion from what I'm seeing. But again, the portion is just crazy big, and this food is greasy. This is not healthy stuff. So even a small portion of this is going to be caloric.
Yummy.
I think you're right, Alaska Peach. That's some real laziness though. To not even wash your own forks and knives. That's lazy.
Mint chutney with papadum.
Papadum, she calls it. I don't even know what that is. I hate to admit that I know less about food than Foodie for once, but I don't know what that is.
Papadum's a crispy Indian bread. I didn't even know that before.
Oh, thank you, Chantal. Thank you for explaining that.
It's quite delicious.
I mean, it's fried bread. How bad could it be?
You saw me in my lipstick, so time to come on.
Granny with a fair point, and everyone here is entitled to their opinion. I love the fact that we all free to share it. I think part of the reason it looks good to me is because I haven't had any Chinese food in a while. I'm kind of craving some Chinese food. And also, I don't like the chicken to be greasy. I like the chicken to be kind of, I like that. I guess maybe I like the dry chicken a little. It looks like thigh meat, so it's hard for that. That doesn't really dry out so much when you overcook it. But yeah, she did. Oh yes, she ate that really. The crisps went all over her face. And that's a very good point, Rally. Chantal is eating her anger. I think that's such a good way to put it. And we saw today that anger boiling over. The food was not enough to put the anger away. It just came boiling over the top today.
So,
Agreed, Granny's then. And she's on video doing this. She knows that people are
somebody
watching
left
her.
a
You think
comment
she would.
saying I should talk about.
They sound crispy. So they sound fresh.
This subject. So I looked into it, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so sad."
I'm going to
and
say
freaky."
another thing about Chinese food, a criticism. It depends on the Chinese restaurant. I don't know how, but this lo mein here looks a little bit greasy. The vegetables, if they're cooked with a lot of oil, they're not healthy. Eating vegetables are not magical. They don't magically make you lose weight if they're soaked in grease. In fact, vegetables soaked in grease are mostly just calories from grease. The vegetables are just a tiny bit of the calories at that point. You're mostly just eating grease. So it depends how those are cooked, but those vegetables look like they might be a little greasy. Hopefully they're not. I can't really tell from this distance by looking at them. So we'll just let Chantal decide.
What the heck? Weird. When people just go missing, for me, it's like the weirdest thing ever. That's good. I could taste ginger. Like a ginger chicken noodles. Now, did you guys ever hear?
Riley, that's a great point. Foodie could take this and have a small little portion of noodles with some chicken, half a spring roll, and have a bowl of vegetables or salad or something, and it would be healthy. But stuffing your face with a massive bowl of salad and dressing, and half of this would still, it depends how she does it. So it's a lot of different ways. Oh, hello, Peace Baby. Welcome in. This meal is so low. Oh, no problem. You're glad you can make it. And we had Skinny in here earlier. I think she's going to be coming on later, hopefully. Either way, we had a live with Chantal earlier, and now we're doing this. Slight change of plans. I was going to be covering a preview of Tess Holiday, who I was going to be covering next week, actually. We'll talk a little about that. Tess Holiday, who I think Chantal looks up to. I think Chantal wants to be just like Tess Holiday, personally. Tess Holiday was considered, I guess, the world's biggest supermodel at a point. Biggest by size, I mean. I don't want to be disrespectful the way I say it, so I'll just say that there's a lot there. I'm not a big fan of hers for a lot of reasons, and I don't want to, but I want to explain why before I start criticizing somebody. I want to explain what there is. But she is still a big proponent of health at any size. She claims to have, I don't want to do the little trigger warning thing, so I'm not going to go into all the stuff that she claims. But next week, I'm going to be talking about that. Health at any size, the myth of health at any size. Tess Holiday, the person who really kind of started, I don't want to say started, but maybe popularized it. So we're going to be talking about that.
Did you guys hear about the missing submarine, the OceanGate?
I get your rally point. It's when Chantal's stories are not always the best
Submarine
person to tell them. Oh, that's annoying.
that went missing on Sunday.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you for sending me in your
The past
notifications
Sunday.
piece, baby. And let me mention that to anyone else. If I only go live once a week, so if you want to put me in your notifications, you're only going to get one notification about this channel weekly. Just click on the bell if you want to be notified of all posts on this channel. It's your choice. But I only go once a week, so you're not going to get bombarded with live messages from this channel. Thank you. Oh, and please click like if you're enjoying the content, and please click subscribe if you would like to see more. Welcome to all the viewers watching the replay gang in the house. I appreciate you folks. And leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking of the show. Let me know what you're thinking of the replay, of the stream, of the show in general. Feedback is appreciated.
Some rich guy invented, apparently with the help of NASA,
Such a sophisticated storyteller. Some rich guy.
invented a submarine vessel that could take
To an extent.
up to 5 passengers
To an extent.
down to all the way down.
Let me also say that I think that there's an upper limit, but to an extent. You don't have to be skinny to be healthy. You could have a little extra weight on you and still be healthy. Some people carry more muscle, so I don't want people to misunderstand me on that. But there is definitely an upper limit, and I think that Tess Holiday is beyond that limit, much like Foodie is.
It's the Titanic
When it affects your mobility, it's hard to call it health at that point.
wreckage.
Yeah, I agree,
One
Alaska Beach.
expedition
I think it's
Will cost each person $250,000, so it's mostly just for rich people.
I agreed, Alaska Peach.
For rich people who don't know what else to do with their money, because honestly,
What a crass way to talk about it too. Whether you does she even know anything about this person? I don't know. I don't know much about this story. Is why I'm not talking about it.
$250,000 to look out a small little bubble window. I don't even know. You probably wouldn't even be able to see the wreckage too much.
It's just, Chantal, first of all, this has nothing to do with anything that's going on. This is just purely rhetorical, I suppose. I think there's a lot of value in seeing what's on the bottom of the ocean. Just saying that objectively, in my opinion, I guess.
Do well? I'm not sure. But
Beyond shipwreckage, I think there's a lot of value in exploring the ocean. And seeing with your own eyes, I don't know how useful that is to after a certain depth because of the lack of light and the pressure and all that. So nothing there actually sees with human eyes down there. But it's still interesting and it's worthwhile. I think it's a worthwhile endeavor to explore the bottom of the ocean.
there was like the captain, then there was like a couple of rich people on board as well. One was like a very wealthy, prominent Pakistani business guy. And his son.
The way she eats that, you were right earlier. Geez, who said it? Rosalind. Yeah, the way she eats this thing. Could she possibly eat this any sloppier? She bites it off the bottom. It crumbles into a million pieces, lands on her chest fat. Then she picks it up off her chest fat, eats it. What a messy way to eat it.
And I know that I've seen some comments from people saying, you know, what they did was so dumb, so stupid to do this. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that these are real people, and there's real people hurting right now.
Yes.
Over this incident, so
that is the healthy range. In between there, somewhere
I'm
in between.
sensitive to that notion, and I wish they could be found well,
I'm glad you get it.
safe and sound. Unfortunately, experts think the likelihood of that happening is getting slimmer.
I'm super interested in just seeing the bottom of the ocean anyway. The marine life, the geographical, geological formations. There's just a lot of really interesting things down there that I would like to see, and I'm not even a scientist, and I have interest in that. So imagine for somebody who spends their whole life researching that, for them it must be exceptionally interesting.
By the hour, because it takes 2 hours about to go down to the bottom where the Titanic sank. Sorry.
You're very welcome, Detective Cochese. I plan to do some more panel episodes in the future.
At about 1 hour and 45 minutes, at about 12,000 feet down, on Sunday.
In the future, though, I would like to do it a little more structured. Tonight it was kind of last minute; it wasn't really planned. But in the future, though, I want to have a subject, and then have an open link for people to come in and talk about paneling up. I wasn't necessarily planning to do the Foodie live stream tonight. I was planning to actually do something else, which was why I was thinking more about doing the panel. But it still worked out really well.
The communication with the vessel stopped, so they stopped keeping in contact, which is not good.
It's claustrophobic.
So
It's dangerous.
that's worrisome because a myriad of things could go wrong. It is a very dangerous expedition because of the depth of the water. The vessel could implode for any reason, like if it's just if there's like a mechanical defect of any kind. The one danger is that the vessel could implode, killing everyone instantly.
I'm going to fast forward a
With
little
that
bit
amount of
because I'm going
seawater
to play this a
pressure on
little
you? Oh,
faster
yeah.
because I don't need to hear what Foodie's saying exactly. I want to see her eat.
They also only had about 96 hours worth of. I read also it was between 70 and 96, but they had a limited supply of oxygen. And if you look at the timing, they went missing at 1:45 on Sunday. They pretty much only have like less than a day left of oxygen. If I'm doing the calculations right, it might not be, but
going to the bottom of the ocean is being an explorer. I think that there's just something very in human nature, the desire to explore what isn't yet widely known. Maybe somebody knows it. Maybe, oh, actually, I don't think anybody's ever been to the bottom of the ocean. but that's maybe not the best example of what I mean. But just the desire to see something that most people haven't seen, if it's something interesting. I mean, even just think about how many people, like, look at Pete's. He would devote his whole life to finding a shiny Pokemon or a rare My Little Pony or something. And Chantal can't understand why somebody would want to go to the bottom of the ocean. I guess she doesn't, there's no takeout down there, so why would she want to go, right? There's no shisha. I've heard that too, Peace Baby. That's hard. That's I don't know what they mean statistically by that, but that's
if they are at the bottom of the ocean.
I think.
Not just any vessel can go all the way down to the bottom.
Imagine Foodie. I don't want to make light of something so serious, but I'm gonna maybe try to get off the seriousness. Imagine Foodie on a submarine. Imagine she would use 3 times the oxygen. She absolutely would, and she wouldn't be able to get through the airlocks or the whatever the inside of the vessel. They would have airlocks, so if it sprang a leak, they would be able to seal off that section. Those doors are small. They don't have big double doors. They have these small little hatches you have to get through. There's no way she would be able to get through that. She'd get stuck in a hatch. She would need 3 days worth of food for herself. She would eat the entire expedition's supplies in one night. And yeah, I have heard that. I have heard that, Peace Baby. I don't know exactly what they mean by that statistically, but I guess.
Packages in the middle of the Atlantic
The
Ocean.
ocean is certainly not explored very much. That I can agree with that. That's fact.
So there's also some problems with the vessel. You know, it's number one. You know, they couldn't escape. I mean, people were commenting about there being no escape from the inside. The vessel is bolted shut from the outside. Okay.
No escape from the inside. The vessel is bolted shut from the outside. There's no escape, I don't think, because it's pressurized. Because the vessel is so pressurized, there's no way they could. If they tried to open it up, the pressure equalizing, they would instantly be crushed. I believe. I don't think they could try getting out of that. Yeah, they could plug a leak with her. Yeah, right. They could put her in a rubber abaya and use her like a giant stopper. She would be the gasket. She would be the seal. They could put a rubber abaya on her like a giant gasket.
But what does that matter?
Her big bald head could be used to plug a leak.
If they're at the bottom of the sea, they can't open the vessel anyway. So, and if they surfaced, they would get spotted because there's people searching relentlessly the surface of the waters. So that doesn't really matter to me. Unless I'm missing something, comment below.
They could use Foodie as a penguin decoy. Like, you know, when they want to catch great white sharks, they use fake penguins. They could have Foodie come out there. They could have her float around. They could try to catch some great white sharks. She's insulated in the cold.
Anyways, I know I'm eating this like a
I guess that is fat shame. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that.
Also,
She could be the best.
I know he says it's like like the important parts are like constructed with the help of NASA and everything. It's very safe, but if you look at the vessel, it looks like a toy, and it's actually controlled with a Xbox remote.
They would need a lot to. Hold on a
There's like
second.
one button.
In fairness, about control with the Xbox remote. The Xbox remote is probably used because of how reliable it is. They know those Xbox remote controls, those things last forever. I mean, they have a super high durability. You could smash them up, get them wet, spill a beer on them, throw them against the wall, throw them at your buddy who just beat you in a game, throw them, and they still just keep on working, and they're precise. So they're also easy to use if you have big stubby fingers. So and even if you have fairly small hands. So I mean, they're designed for a wide variety of hand sizes, and they're designed to be very durable. So it actually makes sense that they would use a video game controller because it is designed to be used by a variety of different people, and it's simple to use. It's everybody already knows how to use it. So I think that's actually a very intelligent thing, assuming it works. I mean, it doesn't sound like that's what went wrong with it. It sounds like the issue was more of a, I mean, I don't know what the issue was, to be fair. She was digging those spring rolls. She not polished off the spring rolls quick, but the other stuff didn't. You know something? She doesn't even finish this. On camera, she doesn't finish this. Oh, no problem, Skinny. Glad you're back. Glad you enjoyed the walk. Glad Luna enjoyed
part
the
of the
walk.
construction is also like some like rusty pipes or something like that. Rusty construction pipes.
We were talking how I think it was Peace Baby said that Foodie would actually be useful on a submarine, and she was right. She came up with a way that Foodie could be really useful on a submarine. If she had a rubber abaya, they could plug a seal with her. Plug a leak, I mean. Seal a leak.
I don't know. I don't think that the passengers, the paying customers, really knew how the thing was fabricated. And that's just what makes it sad for me. Anytime you do something, you know, you become a client or a customer of a company, you're putting your trust in them.
I will say that people who bought a ticket on a submarine, you have to accept some level of risk. If it's the maiden voyage, that's very unfortunate. But a submarine is inherently a dangerous voyage. And respect to anybody who's willing to take that risk.
I hope they were warned enough about the risk of that, because it's a bigger risk than they may have.
Hope they were warned enough about the risk. Hey, did you folks know that going to the bottom of the ocean is unsafe? Yeah, just wanted to make you aware of that before you signed on to go to the bottom of the ocean. It's hard to breathe down there. Just wanted to let you know that. Chantal, I think they realized it was a risky trip. At least I hope they did.
Thought.
Then again, this is the same woman who has plans to go to Everest, so she probably would assume that it's perfectly safe. Like, what? You mean there's a chance that the submarine might spring a leak? It might not. There might be a chance we don't make it back. What? I can't believe it.
You know, he was probably, maybe the guy was cocky like the owner of the Titanic. Unsinkable, nothing will happen. It's very safe. You know? Giving the client
I'm
the
sure
illusion that
they had to realize it was dangerous.
But it's actually very dangerous. I don't think people just realize how deep in the Atlantic Ocean the Titanic sank.
I think Chantal is projecting here when she says she thinks people don't realize the danger in the ocean. I think Chantal doesn't realize the danger in a lot of things, so she assumes that other people don't.
It's like it's deeper than like the Burj Khalifa, the highest tower in the world. Like, it's very deep. And you need special criteria.
Wow. That makes sense that a research vessel would be going so much deeper. I know that I don't know exactly what the deepest depths are, but I know that research vessels are they're made like a sealed bubble specifically to resist the high pressure, whereas a naval submarine is designed as a weapons platform, so it can't withstand that same depth and pressure because it has to be able to do other things, whereas a research sub it only has to be able to go deep and record data.
I also read in the news that like experts warned the CEO of OceanGate about some potential hazards, but you kind of just ignore it.
I mean, if they warn him that there's hazards to go on the bottom of the ocean, then
Dismissive about it.
you have to know it.
Are these jalapenos?
Yeah, submarines have always been dangerous. I always wanted to own a submarine, but I've always known that it could be, the end of me if I really fulfilled my dream one day to go on a submarine and own a submarine or something. I mean, it's a silly hobby for me to have because I don't know anything about sailing. So if I got a submarine, that's why I don't get a motorcycle, because I know that I would just end up getting into trouble. Not that I would even be able to afford a submarine, but I think you get my point.
I love pickled jalapenos. So I don't know if they're gonna stop the search.
Indeed, Peace Baby.
They'll probably still want to search. Like, I hate to say that before anything for bodies and stuff or wreckage to see what happened. I hope some miracle that they're
There's
found,
always
because
a
that's really
chance.
sad.
I'm gonna.
You know, there was a young person in there too, had their life ahead of them. So,
I get you,
That's really
Peace
good.
Baby. It's a
don't-
it's a scary thought.
but
It's like going flying, but it's even scarier in a way.
when I saw the controller, the Xbox controller, I was thinking like, did they run out of batteries? No, just too soon. I know. Did they run out of AA batteries for the thing? I saw that joke somewhere else. I can't claim. I saw it on TikTok. I mean, look, me, I'm very claustrophobic. There's no way. Like, the thing is the size of a minivan. Look even smaller than
Oh,
that.
you
to
don't
me.
like to? Did you used to go?
So you're cramped up
sailing
with
often late
5
night
people, locked inside.
I've never. I don't think I've ever gone sailing. I have been fishing on a bass boat a few times. Never really been. I mean, I've been out to sea on a speedboat. I went snorkeling out on a reef a few times, but I've never gone on a real ocean going yacht or anything like that. But I have gone on a bass boat, and that was cool. But going into the Everglades, it's different. Because you know that even if you get stranded or lost, they could send an airplane to find you, and you're not that far away from civilization.
No way to escape. Deep in the ocean, 2 hours down in the dark, cold water. I could definitely think of other ways to spend my money. Oh my god. Like, I'm sorry, but... oh my god.
Keep in mind, this is the same woman who realistically I don't know how realistically, but keep in mind, this is the same woman who says that she's going to go to Mount Everest. The same woman who's talking about, a submarine, that's too dangerous. But I'm going to go to Mount Everest. You know submarines are safer than Mount Everest. Does Chantal realize that? That more people have died trying to climb Mount Everest than they have at the bottom of the ocean? There's far more dead bodies on Everest than at the bottom, well, maybe not at the bottom of the sea, because people die at the surface could end up at the bottom. But I mean, people who've been lost at the bottom of the sea, there's far less of them than people who've been lost on a mountaintop.
Sorry, but no. And the bathroom in there. It's like a small jug thing that's like the equivalent of maybe the mats of like a few Ziploc bags, I heard them say.
Oh, jeez. I guess you could get caught up in a line or something. That's
Have you ever tried to
possible.
do your business in a minivan? And there must be business, because I would definitely be needing to use the bathroom because I'd be so frightened. There's no way. To me, it sounds like suicide.
I have gone snorkeling, and there would be barracudas, but they're pretty tame barracudas. They don't attack you.
Yeah, the chicken is like gingery.
Though to be fair, even sharks don't really attack people. Shark attacks are pretty uncommon, but unfortunately they do happen. So be careful. Don't go swimming with sharks unless you know what you're doing.
It's very good. Not spicy, but like not hot spicy, but spicy, and like there's a lot of spices in it.
Aw, jeez, Peace Baby, that's
I could
unfortunate.
taste the Indochina inspiration there. Because
I'll tell you, that's as maybe this sounds kind of wimpy as a guy, but that's part of why I don't really like going fishing much. Just because I don't like putting the hook in the fish. I know that they don't really feel too much if it goes through the lip, but if they swallow the hook, that's gotta really hurt, right? And or if it ends up in the eye. I mean, that's just I don't want to harm a fish. I mean, if I'm gonna eat the fish, whatever. But I'd rather just use a net and pull it out and just kill it in one shot.
Indian food has a lot of spices. That's why I love
Not
it.
gonna criticize fishing. People have right to go fishing.
So,
I'm not against fishing, but that's part of why I'm just not into it that much.
so you wouldn't catch me doing that, but hey, you have all this money. You want to impress your kid. You want to do something that no one else does, just like going to space. Like that unfortunate accident on the Challenger. So tragic. It had the teacher on there, some other civilians. And as it's going up in the air, it explodes right in front of the, the parents watching and everything. But those people, the teacher, the civilians, they trusted that nothing would go wrong.
To be fair, rocketry is dangerous. I hope they didn't trust nothing would go wrong, because anytime you go up in a rocket, there's a chance it's going to explode. Rocketry is inherently dangerous. Going into space is inherently dangerous. I'm not saying that they should have expected something bad, but it's like going to the Mount Everest. You have to understand it's a dangerous trip.
Same thing here.
Oh, hi, Susie Q. Welcome in.
Unfortunately, sometimes with human error, we learn the hard way, and it sometimes comes at the cost of, innocent lives. Very sad. And my heart goes out to the families of.
I will say this: regardless of what happens, they can know that they put they risked themselves for something that was, that could have been really impressive if it worked out. So you got to at least respect that, right? It's like it's like all those people who didn't make it, who tried to get to the South Pole or the North Pole. They unfortunately didn't survive, but they still, they were in the mission of doing something great.
Those involved. And apparently, I think there was I saw recently.
You miss a lot. I wouldn't say you missed a lot, but Foodie, I was very disappointed with how Foodie just completely went back to the rages like she never quit. She was just blowing on that shisha nonstop, couldn't even stop long enough to do a live, was attacking all of the other reactors, just going off, really attacking FFG. She had Salah cackling in the background. It was the same old, worst of the old. And I think, and after watching it, my opinion is, the reason why Foodie did this live today is because, for whatever reason, Salah was available today, and she had him there to be her wingman, to back her up. Normally, she doesn't have that. So that's what I think it was. Hey, RPG Gaming Al, hope you're okay. Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, thoughts and prayers, Susie. Hopefully it works out okay. I don't know. But
Heard banging
hopefully it
noise,
does.
like on the frequency. The military did. That's coming from the OceanGate.
I think it's just kind of crass of Chantal to discuss it. And the way she's discussing it, the way she discusses everything is typically crass, but
Fine.
maybe crass isn't the right word. The way she discusses it is rather insensitive. It's the better word. So she's being insensitive.
Sitting there knowing that you're going to eventually run out of oxygen or whatever, and just waiting.
Speaking of running out of oxygen, Chantal, if you don't open the window next time you use that shisha, you might have to worry about your pets. I'm including Salah in that.
If it was a mechanical malfunction.
And she specifically said they didn't do that.
I don't think a rescue vessel could go down there and bring it up because of the water pressure. I'm not sure, but
Specifically said they didn't. And welcome in, everyone. Welcome into all the lurkers as
something
well.
made them lose communication, and it was probably something not good, because even if they lost communication, say that malfunctioned, but nothing else was wrong, they could still come up, right? So something wasn't working, and everyone has a bad feeling about it, unfortunately. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I'm glad you agree, Peace Baby.
Anyway, that's a lot of food. I'm pretty full.
Chantel's pretty full. Okay,
All right,
question.
guys. So thanks for listening and watching.
I'm not
and I'll
going
see
to
you
do a
in the
poll
next
because
video.
it's
Bye.
running late. My question for everybody here. Do you think that Chantal is really done with that meal? She's really feeling full because she's actually tried to cut down her portions recently? Or do you think that she just doesn't want to be seen on camera eating anymore, and she has possibly even another box of rice or something in that bag? What do you folks think? I'm not going to run a poll, but if anybody has an opinion they want to give, because I'm probably going to shut this down after this, but I just want to get some last opinions. And I also want to do a preview of next week's show. I want to talk about healthy at any size. And you could be plus sized, but there's a limit to the size where the health becomes an issue. And that's something I will be discussing. I also will be discussing Tess Holliday, who I think is a role model for Chantal, even if Chantal doesn't realize it. I think she does realize it. I think Chantal does look up to Tess Holliday. I'd be interested to hear if she does or she doesn't. If she doesn't, I would be surprised, and I want to know why she doesn't, because Tess Holliday seems to be living the life Chantal wishes she had. Tess Holliday can claim to be a supermodel. She doesn't have any modeling gigs anymore, but she did walk a Victoria's Secret runway at one point, I believe. She was on the cover of fashion magazines at one point. She just sits around and eats all day and posts pictures of herself eating cake and ice cream, literally, just like lots of sweets and cake and ice cream. She posts pictures of that on her Instagram all day, and she gets interviewed for all that stuff. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about next week. It's going to be a special Tessisode. And speaking of, here's a little preview. Next week, we're going to have a fashion holiday. Get it? Fashion holiday. Yep, that's the sneak preview of next week's episode. Skinny says she'll be back tomorrow night. All right. Well, then I guess we're going to be closing it out. So next week will be a fashion holiday. But until then, we got a few folks in the chat with a few answers before we sign off. Peace Baby says she will be eating when the camera goes off. I think that's likely. I think Chantal, we saw what, 2,000 plus calories of food there? Chantal did not even eat half. Maybe she barely ate half of that food. We know that she can easily polish off 2,000 calories at a time. Less than half would be a diet meal for her. So yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that she ate much more off camera. Lady Nighthawk agrees. Bye, Alaska Peach. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a fantastic evening. All you wonderful folks, thank you so much for coming by. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please like it. Please click that like button. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed it. And share a link. Let your friends know if you've enjoyed the show. Let them know that Dr. Phil's Dinner with the Doctor is a fun show. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Natsuki, Skinny Queen, Susie Q, Peace Baby, RPG Gaming Gal, Alaska Peach, Tally you if you're still in here, anyone watching on the replay, and any lurkers. Lady Nighthawk as well. Hopefully I got you in there. Okay, everyone. Good night. See you around.